Mike Moore Media.
Time for our monthly podcast with Rockingham Community College. And today I'm visiting with Jennifer Lester, Director of Corporate Education and Training and Apprenticeship Coordinator at RCC. And she's on the line right now. Hey, Jennifer, how are you?
Hi, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing great. Well, it's good to connect here, and we have a lot to talk about. But first, tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do at RCC, Jennifer.
Sure. So, again, my name is Jennifer Lester. I'm Director of Corporate Education and Training for Rockingham Community College, and I also have the pleasure of serving as Apprenticeship Coordinator, as you mentioned. On my team of Corporate Education and Training, this includes programs like our Small Business Center. We just hired a new Small Business Center Director that we're very excited about. It also includes customized training, working with certain industry to provide training needs. I work, again, with apprenticeship. I am the business and industry liaison. So a lot of the focus of my team at RCC is meeting the needs of business and the community.
Okay. And I can't let this pass. You just mentioned you just hired someone new at the Small Business Center, our friend Randy Hunt. Glad to have him on that team, aren't you?
Oh, so glad. He is a wonderful addition to our team, and I just look forward to working with him in this capacity.
Sure. And reaching out to industry, and that's a big job right there, isn't it?
It is, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I wanted to find out a little bit more about the apprenticeships there, and I know RockATOP is a big part of that. But tell us a little bit about what Rockingham Community College does with the apprenticeship programs.
Sure, I'd love to. And we have talked about RockATOP and apprenticeship several times on this program, and so I'm excited to just bring you some new information today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
As we've discussed, there are several different types of apprenticeships. So there are youth apprenticeships like RockATOP. Youth apprenticeships tend to focus on individuals who are getting ready to graduate high school or have recently graduated high school to work with companies. There are also adult apprenticeships, though. If a company maybe can't take on someone under the age of 18, we can look at adult apprenticeships with that company. There are incumbent worker apprenticeships. So if the company has people on their team that they want to grow in this capacity, we can look at incumbent worker apprenticeships. There are veteran apprenticeships. But basically, with apprenticeships, there are approved registered occupations from the Department of Labor, and as long as what the company wants to do falls in with one of those approved registered occupations, we can help you set up an apprenticeship. We work with our state apprenticeship NC consultant, but RCC tends to be the related instruction provider. So every apprenticeship has a on-the-job training component and a related instruction component. And so we have been very fortunate for RockATOP, for example, to provide that related instruction. And there are a whole variety of programs that we could look at for related instruction, and we'll talk about that in just a little bit, I think. Mm-hmm. But one of the things, one of the things I wanted to mention was that this year the state has provided some funding for new apprenticeships in certain occupations. So there's a list of certain occupations that this is available for. The apprentice being brought on has to be between 16 and 24 years of age, and the company has to have under 500 employees to be eligible for this funding. But if there's a company out there that fits the occupation, fits the under 500 employees, et cetera, and is interested in talking more about new apprenticeships, we'd be happy to start that conversation.
Well, I would think there are a number of companies right here in our county that fall into that category. And isn't it exciting to have that new opportunity?
Most definitely. And the funding from this helps with things like onboarding the apprentice. There's some funding for educational supplies and textbooks and tuition and things like that. And there's funding for, trying to remember what the other category is. Wages in some cases. But again, it has to fall into their certain list of occupations that are eligible. So if there's a company that's interested, they're more than welcome to just reach out to me, and I'll help them through this process.
Okay, this might be a good time. How do they get in contact with you there, Jennifer?
Great question. You can email me at LesterJ8179. That's LES as in Sam, T as in Tom, ERJ 8179 at rockinghamcc.edu. And you're also anytime welcome to call the college at 336-342-4261.
Okay, very good. Tell us about what's going on right now this month with RockATOP.
Well, we have something so exciting to celebrate with RockATOP this month. This is a long program. These students come in, and it takes them about 4.5 years to finish the entire program, because they have so many hours of on-the-job training they have to complete, and they have so many classes within an associate degree they have to complete. And let me just say right here that for companies who don't need an associate degree, that's okay. That's what RockATOP is doing. But if you have an adult apprenticeship and you just need a few classes to supplement the related education, we can talk about that as well. So you don't have to have an associate degree, but RockATOP does. And so our first cohort started in the summer of 2018 with their pre-apprenticeship, and they registered as apprentices in August of 2018. And this July, they graduated and they finished their apprenticeship program. So our very first cohort of students graduated with their associate's degrees. They finished their on-the-job training hours. And so on August 10th, they will receive their official certificate from the state saying that they have completed the apprenticeship, and they are no longer apprentices. They are journeymen and women, and it's an amazing time. It's an amazing feat for them to have accomplished.
It really is. So August 10th is their big day, and how exciting that is to watch them grow and take that 4-year journey and finish up there with where they started, and some really good things.
Most definitely. And the other fun part, I think, about August 10th, which is our graduation celebration and signing ceremony for new apprentices, is not only are we graduating this first class, but we're also signing our newest class of apprentices. And so it'll be a fun time to see that group come together.
Oh, it certainly will. Oh, that's great. Well, we certainly appreciate everyone involved in the RockATOP program there at Rockingham Community College. And Lydia Craddock and I have done a number of programs over the years about that. And now you're at the helm, and good things happening for sure. Let's talk about some of what programs are apprentices taking classes there at RCC, Jennifer. You mentioned that a moment ago.
I did, yeah, great question. So a lot of our apprentices within the RockATOP program are taking classes in the Associate of Applied Science and Manufacturing Technology. And that's a great program that allows the company to pick some classes that they want the students to focus in, and have a little bit of variety. But we also have apprentices in the Associate in Science program, which transfers to a 4-year institution, because those particular students are focused on engineering school, for example. There are also lots of other opportunities. So if a company, for example, wanted an apprentice in information technology, we could look at that program of study. Or if a company wants an apprentice who is just focused in electrical systems, we could look at the electrical systems technology program. And as I mentioned before, the great thing about apprenticeship is it is a little bit customizable. So the state and the Department of Labor say as long as for every 1 year or 2,000 hours of on-the-job training, we have to have at least 144 hours of related instruction. So an associate's degree is far above that. It definitely exceeds the minimum. So if there's a company who, for example, wants a student with a machining certificate. We could look at that. That would meet the 144 hours of related instruction per year. So there are so many opportunities at RCC and within the community that we could look at for apprentices if a company is interested.
Sure. Oh, there really are. We appreciate all of the opportunities there, and you really make it easy to attend Rockingham Community College with so many different things going on there too. I understand there are some changes to additional programs in industrial technology fields as well. Tell us about that, Jennifer.
Yes, so there's some very exciting things going on. So for one, we moved the electrical systems technology degree and the industrial systems technology degrees were both nighttime programs for years and years. And those were part-time programs, so it took students about 3 to 4 years to get the electrical associate degree, for example, because they were doing it part-time at night. But now we've moved both of those programs to daytime programs. So what that means is a student could come in and take, a full-time load, a full-time college load, and finish in 2 years, be able to get done, be able to start their career. So those two programs we've moved to daytime. We've also started a construction trades program. And so this is very exciting for us as well. We're trying to get it up and off the ground. Hopefully in the fall it will be moving right along and it will be ready for students. But we have started that. We had a first class this summer, which went well, and we're looking to extend it even further. So right now we're just offering some basic construction trades classes, but we're also looking at expanding into other areas in the future, such as plumbing, HVAC, etc.
Wow, there are so many ways to go, and you're just always tweaking and fine-tuning and adding to and making things happen there at Rockingham Community College. Is there anything, we've got a couple of minutes left, Jennifer, anything we need to add?
Well, I would definitely say that at RCC we have wonderful programs in lots of fields like applied and industrial technologies, agribusiness, healthcare, public safety, cosmetology, early childhood, business technologies, arts and sciences, fine arts. There are so many different options. And if you don't know what you want to do, that's okay. You can come take some general education classes with us or come take classes in some various programs. But there are lots of options, and there's an option for everybody. And then not to mention, we also have continuing education classes. If you're interested in maybe taking a class that's not a curriculum class, but could get you some training and education in an area that could help you increase your job skills or maybe just increase personal skills for personal interests, whatever it is. There are so many options at RCC, so we would love it if you would look us up, come see us, give us a call. A great first place to start would be admissions, probably. So you're welcome to call the college and ask to speak with admissions. Again, that phone number is 336-342-4261. And again, if you're a company who is interested in apprenticeship, you are welcome to reach out directly to me. And my name is Jennifer Lester, and you can reach me at LesterJ8179 at rockinghamcc.edu, or give the college a call at 336-342-4261.
Oh, Jennifer, this is exciting just to hear about all of the good things happening at Rockingham Community College. Thank you, Jennifer. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you so much.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Jennifer Lester is Director of Corporate Education and Training, and she's in charge of the Apprenticeship Programs, Apprenticeship Coordinator there over the Small Business Center at Rockingham Community College. Let me give you her number again, 336-342-4261, and that's extension 2139. More information right there at rockinghamcc.edu.